Gun sales across the U.S. have seen a sharp rise in 2025. While not every shop is sold out, a clear trend has emerged. Certain models are moving fast, driven by consistent demand rather than temporary hype. These aren't spontaneous purchases. They reflect a shift toward firearms with proven performance and strong reputations. Buyers are choosing based on trust, practicality, and purpose, whether for concealed carry, sport shooting, or duty use. A few standouts have risen above the rest. Today, we're looking at 8 specific guns that are dominating sales this year. They are not just popular, they're hard to keep in stock, and each one has a clear reason behind the demand. It may not shake the earth with recoil, but this little 22 from Ruger has carved out a serious place in the market. The LightRack LCP2 is engineered for ease of use, and in 2025, it's proving that accessibility sells. Backed by Ruger's Q1 report showing over 356,000 units shipped, many of them in the LightRack series, this pistol isn't a novelty. It's a volume mover. Technically, the LightRack is a semi-automatic pistol chambered in 22 LR with a blowback action. It features a 3.5-inch barrel, 10+1 round capacity, manual safety, and a lightweight polymer frame that tips the scale at just 17.3 ounces unloaded. The standout, however, is Ruger's LightRack slide system. Reduced slide tension means even those with minimal hand strength can manipulate it confidently. A surprising number of older shooters, especially arthritis sufferers, have praised the LightRack for being one of the few semi-autos they can run without discomfort. Range instructors often recommend it as a first handgun for seniors or physically limited users who still want control and accuracy. That's not accidental. Ruger developed the LightRack system after receiving a wave of user feedback, particularly from women and seniors, frustrated by the stiff slides on most carry pistols. This design was built to solve that exact problem, and it shows. Built for trainings and light carry, it offers low recoil, affordable practice, and just enough features like adjustable sights and a crisp trigger to feel complete without the price tag. You won't find this on every EDC belt, but you'll find it everywhere else. Training ranges, nightstands, glove compartments, and most importantly, in stock lists that don't stay updated for long. Revolvers aren't dead. In fact, this one's in demand, and not just with purists. The Smith Wesson Model 640 Performance Center Edition in 357 Magnum is showing real heat in 2025, with units flying off major retailer sites like Sportsman's Warehouse and Omaha Outdoors. Its shelf life after restock? Often just days. This is a hammerless, Dow, double-action-only revolver, built from stainless steel and chambered in 357 Magnum, also 38 Special Plus P compatible. It has a 2.125-inch barrel, 5-round capacity, and weighs around 22.4 ounces unloaded. The Performance Center upgrade adds a tuned action, a polished trigger, and night sights for practical low-light use. What draws buyers in is more than nostalgia. It's the simplicity and proven reliability of a revolver combined with modern enhancements. No safeties to flip, no racking slides, just 5 solid rounds and a pull of the trigger. This gun isn't flashy, but when carried appendix or in an ankle holster, it disappears better than most compact semis. For users who prioritize dependability in high-stress situations, the 640 PC remains a compelling option, despite a higher price point. Typically in the $850–950 range, it's rarely in clearance bins for long, because when it comes to trusted simplicity, this wheel gun has few rivals. When Canik launched the MC9 Prime, it didn't whisper into the market. It kicked the door in and introduced itself with a grin. Built on the proven METE platform, the MC9 Prime brings high-end features into a micro-compact format that's priced to move. In 2025, it's doing exactly that. The MC9 Prime is a striker-fired, polymer-framed 9mm pistol. It features a 3.18-inch barrel, a 12+1 or 15+1 round magazine option, and a weight of approximately 21.2 ounces unloaded. From the factory, it includes 3 backstraps, an optics-ready slide, and an undercut trigger guard for improved grip ergonomics. The trigger is crisp, with a clean reset, noticeably above average in this price class. A reviewer on RCCW wrote, "It feels like cheating, like you're getting P365 performance at half the cost." That sentiment captures why this gun isn't just selling, it's spreading. What's helped this model stand out, aside from performance, is logistics. Canik opened its first U.S. production facility in 2025, allowing higher inventory flow and faster restocks. In fact, the U.S. made Prime models sold out within the first 72 hours on multiple retail sites, an impressive feat for a Turkish-born brand. This surge also pushed buyers to the used market, where lightly fired MC9s were fetching close to new in-box prices. Dealers across several states have confirmed back orders piling up, especially for the threaded barrel variants, which seem to vanish as soon as they're listed. The appeal is simple. It's the kind of carry pistol that feels like it costs more than it does. Reliability is solid, features are competitive, and Canik's reputation, once budget Turkish guns, has evolved into a legitimate player in the concealed carry and duty grade space. The MC9 Prime is flying off shelves because it strikes a nerve. Performance-forward design, affordable price, and availability that's finally catching up with demand. There's nothing flashy about the P10C on first glance, until you pull the trigger. And now, with CZ's new ported variant released in 2025, this already popular compact pistol has stepped into the spotlight. It's cleaner shooting, flatter under fire, and flying out of inventory faster than CZ can keep up. The P10C ported is a striker-fired 9mm with a polymer frame, 4-inch barrel, and a weight of 26 ounces unloaded. This version includes factory slide ports and a ported barrel, venting gases upward to reduce muzzle rise. It comes standard with a 15+1 capacity, ambidextrous controls, an optics-ready slide, and CZ's signature crisp trigger with a tactile reset. The original P10C already had a strong foothold as CZ's answer to the Glock 19, known for its ergonomic grip angle and out-of-the-box shootability. This new ported model sharpened that edge, offering flatter shooting with no aftermarket fuss. Unlike some ported pistols that blast noise and flash without real benefit, the P10C's venting feels purpose-built. It keeps the nose flat without the obnoxious muzzle pop. One user review on the Mil-Spec Monkey forum noted, "It recoils like a .22 but hits like a truck." That balance is why it's gaining ground not just with CCW users, but USPSA shooters too. It's a favorite among range shooters and concealed carriers who want a balance of size, control, and refinement. Dealers report this variant going out of stock within days of restock in multiple states. CZ fans are loyal, and ported from the factory means fewer upgrades and more value per dollar. The P10C ported didn't just join the polymer compact race. It came tuned, ready, and fully confident. That's why it's not staying on the shelf for long. You don't buy a VP9 Match by accident. This isn't the pistol you stumble across. This is the one you go hunting for. Built off the proven VP9 platform, the Match variant takes everything that worked and stretches it into a longer, meaner, and cleaner shooting package. And in 2025, it's barely staying on shelves. The VP9 Match is a striker-fired 9mm with a polymer frame and a 5.5-inch extended barrel. It features a long slide with lightning cuts, optics-ready capability, and interchangeable backstraps. Capacity sits at 20+1 with extended magazines, and its proprietary trigger, light, clean, and consistent, is a standout even in this premium segment. H&K confirmed that the VP9 remains its best-selling handgun line to date, and in 2025, the Match version is fueling a spike in demand. Store managers from several large retailers report that this model sells out faster than any other full-size pistol in its class, especially the optics-included bundles. Compared to other long-slide 9mm pistols, this one feels more refined out of the box, less range toy, more real tool. When stacked against models like the Walther PDP Match or Shadow Systems DR920L, the VP9 Match holds its own without relying on aggressive slide cuts or marketing buzzwords. It's not tactical chic, it's just good. And IDPA competitors appreciate that it shoots as flat as anything in its class, with none of the tuning drama. People aren't just buying the VP9 Match because it looks sharp. They're buying it because it delivers right out of the box. And lately, they're buying it faster than H&K can ship them. Sometimes a pistol shows up with little fanfare, and then refuses to stay in stock. That's exactly what happened with Ruger's new RXM line, quietly introduced in early 2025. What looked like just another polymer carry gun turned out to be something else entirely, a serious contender. The RXM is a striker-fired 9mm built on a hybrid-sized polymer frame. It features a 3.7-inch barrel, 15+1 capacity, and optics-ready configuration across all variants. With a clean-breaking flat-face trigger, accessory rail, and undercut trigger guard, Ruger clearly aimed to compete with the P365 X Macro and Shield Plus. What separates the RXM is how well it shoots for its size. It handles more like a duty pistol than a micro compact. Multiple early reviews praised its recoil control and natural point of aim. It feels like Ruger finally found its CCW rhythm. One shooter posted on RCCW, "It's not just performance that's pushing sales, it's timing." IRES Q1 report noted over 356,000 units sold across major categories, and Ruger's RXM contributed significantly to the upward trend in the striker-fired CCW segment. Several major online retailers had to close pre-orders within 48 hours of launch. This gun didn't break the internet. It didn't need to. What it did do was show up in Reddit threads, concealed carry groups, and gun shop conversations where shooters were asking, "Have you tried this thing yet?" One early buyer called it a sleeper hit, and based on the demand curve, he wasn't wrong. Turns out, Ruger didn't need a viral launch. The RXM hit its mark anyway, with performance, price, and timing all landing just right. As of mid-2025, it's still backordered at multiple national dealers, and that alone tells you everything you need to know. It didn't just create a new category, it became the standard. The Sig Sauer P365 was a game-changer in 2018, and in 2025 it's still dominating the market with no signs of slowing down. Its latest variants, especially the X Macro, have turned an already successful design into a platform. At its core, the P365 is a striker-fired 9mm pistol with a 3.1-inch barrel, 10+1 or 12+1 magazine options, and a slim, subcompact frame weighing around 17.8 ounces. The X Macro stretches that formula to a 3.7-inch barrel with a 17+1 capacity, all while remaining impressively slim. Every version is optics-ready and features SIG's excellent X-Ray 3 day-night sights. What sets the P365 line apart is balance, capacity, shootability, concealability, and aftermarket support. It's often called the Glock 19 of micro-compacts, and not without reason. Law enforcement backup units, CCW permit holders, and new shooters alike gravitate to it for the same reason. It does everything well. Owners don't just stick with the P365, they often double down. Many report buying a second variant for different carry setups, citing consistent controls and identical trigger feel across models. Gunbroker's May 2025 data ranked the P365 as the best-selling semi-auto pistol in the country. And it wasn't just a blip. SIG has held that lead for multiple consecutive quarters. One Reddit user posted, "My P365 replaced 3 other carry guns. That's how I knew it was staying." That's not just a fan talking. That's a trend forming. From its launch to now, the P365 hasn't just stayed relevant, it's stayed ahead. That's why it's not sitting long in any display case. There's a reason it's still number one. It's not hype. It's not branding. It's the Glock 19 Gen 5, again leading the pack in 2025 and still moving faster than any other compact pistol on the market. This is a striker-fired, polymer-frame 9mm with a 4.02-inch barrel, 15+1 capacity, and a consistent Tourage 23.6 OZ unloaded weight. Gen 5 brought key upgrades: the Glock Marksman barrel for improved accuracy, a smoother trigger pull, ambidextrous slide stop, and the removal of finger grooves, a welcome change for many. It's the kind of pistol that works for everyone. Law enforcement agencies across the U.S. continue to issue it, and it's still the go-to for civilians who want one gun that does it all: carry, home defense, range, or duty. What makes the Gen 5 unique is that it kept everything simple and improved the pieces that mattered. Glock doesn't rely on limited editions or gimmicks to push sales. It relies on track record. As of mid-2025, Gunbroker, Grab a Gun, and PSA still show it as the top-selling centerfire handgun month after month. In one stress test posted by The Honest Outlaw, a Glock 19 Gen 5 ran over 3,000 rounds without a single malfunction. That's not rare, that's expected. Buyers don't choose the Glock 19 Gen 5 for flash, they choose it for function. It conceals well, runs clean, and shrugs off thousands of rounds like it's nothing. Dependability like that doesn't trend, it endures. And in a market full of options, that still matters. From high-capacity micro-compacts to tuned revolvers and optics-ready full-size workhorses, this year's hottest guns show just how diverse flying off the shelves can look. Whether you're chasing precision, concealability, or pure reliability, 2025 has something that's got shooters lining up and clearing out inventory fast. Which one's your favorite from the list? Or is yours still on backorder? Drop a comment and let us know what you're carrying, craving, or waiting on. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe and share it with your range buddies. I'll catch you in the next video.